Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. A particularly beautiful woman is a source of terror. As a rule, a beautiful woman is a terrible disappointment. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fake. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. We should not pretend to understand the world only by the intellect. The judgment of the intellect is only part of the truth. Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. All the works of man have their origin in creative fantasy. What right have we then to depreciate imagination? We deem those happy who from the experience of life have learnt to bear its ills without being overcome by them. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. The debt we owe to the play of imagination is incalculable. For a young person, it is almost a sin, or at least a danger, to be too preoccupied with himself. But for the aging person, it is a duty and a necessity to devote serious attention to himself. It is a fact that cannot be denied. The wickedness of others becomes our own wickedness because it kindles something evil in our own hearts. Dreams are the guiding words of the soul. Why should I henceforth not love my dreams and not make their riddling images into objects of my daily consideration? The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Often the hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Masses are always breeding grounds of psychic epidemics. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. Children are educated by what the grown-up is, and not by his talk. It all depends on how we look at things, and not how they are in themselves. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. If an attractive woman is single, it is because she is smarter than everyone else. There is no such thing as a pure introvert or extrovert. Such a person would be in the lunatic asylum. There is no birth of consciousness without pain. word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. The healthy man does not torture others generally. It is the tortured who turn into torturers. The man who promises everything is sure to fulfill nothing, and everyone who promises too much is in danger of using evil means in order to carry out his promises, and is already on the road to perdition. Great talents are the most lovely and often the most dangerous fruits on the tree of humanity. They hang upon the most slender twigs that are easily snapped off. Our heart glows, and secret unrest gnaws at the root of our being. Dealing with the unconscious has become a question of life for us. Everyone knows nowadays that people have complexes. What is not so well known, though far more important theoretically, is that complexes can have us.